Right, October Red, I'm here with the lovely George Liddard. George Liddard makes his return. And what a big card is this for you to be on, George?
That's a great card. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So thank you to my management team and also to Matchroom. Always getting me on good cards, so it just stands me in good stead for the future when I'm headlining these.
Talk to me about your gym, a gym that's known for training hard. I can see that you're in good shape. That Matchroom gym, since your debut to coming into this fight, how's the training been going? And what makes your gym different from everybody else when it comes to that strength and conditioning training?
We're the Matchroom Elite Gym at the end of the day. We put the graft in. We're up early mornings, uncomfortable hours, putting that graft in. I think that unleashes that dog in you. When it's a dog fight and you're in the trenches, that's when that dog comes out. And I think that's what separates us from the rest. And I think Saturday night I'm in a good fight. Another step up. And if you have to see that dog come out, it hasn't come out yet because obviously all the fights are finished quite early. But if it has to come out, it'll come out. And I'm telling you, people won't be standing there for long.
I like that attitude, but what I want to touch on, and it's before we move on to your fight, what is the triangle? Jordan Thompson's talked about it a couple of times. He said it's murderous. It's a horrible thing. What is it?
So it's just under a mile. So it's like 0.8, 0.9 of a mile. And you start with like a big hill, and it's like a triangle kind of shape. And it's like intervals. So we do intervals of it with like a minute breather in between. And there's a time you got to kind of get around. I'm smashing the triangles at the minute. I'm absolutely smashing them. And as camp goes on, you do an extra triangle every couple of weeks. An extra triangle. You had another one on. So by the end of the camp, you're doing quite a few of them, and it works out quite a few miles. So it's hard work, very hard work, but it's the conditioning you need when you're fighting.
A gym that covers a lot of different weights. That training, then being able to like manufacture it as per the fighter, different weights. Different types of training to suit you, to be bespoke, because in boxing we all can't sing off the same hymn sheet, for one for a better word. So talk to us a little bit about the training that you do that helps you prepare to step up your career.
No, 100%. Heavyweight isn't going to train the same as a lightweight. At the end of the day, I feel like I'm grateful. I'm in the middleweight division. An exciting division. I've got experienced coaches around me, experiencing people. Kev Mitchell, he's been there, he's done it, he's boxed at a very, very high level. Tony Sims, been around the game for years. Having them two there to guide me and train me in the right way, it's only going to bring me on levels and levels. And like I said in that press conference, I feel like I've grown from a boy to a man since I've been at Matchroom. And the sparring we do, it's just doghouse sparring. I'm mixing it with light heavyweight Craig Richards. I'm mixing it with Craig, mixing it with Connor. Dog sparring. We're working hard, and we really are bringing each other on. And having that experience around me, levels me up. And I'm training like twice a day, 6 days a week, putting the graft in. I've got an elite team around me now. I've got a mindset coach, my nutrition and strength guy is unbelievable, Alex. I've got a great management team. My nutritionist, the guy who does my food, the chef, incredible. Sourced in house, incredible. Elite team around me, elite team. My mindset coach, as I say before, Greg, Rise Mindset Mentor, come on board this camp. Last camp, sorry, very short camp we had last time, but I feel like again that's taken me to levels. And my strength coach, Train with Intent, Alex, one of the best, 100%. He'll be known as one of the best strength coaches out there in the near future.
Early days of your boxing, I understand that, but how would you describe your boxing style? Are you more of an instinctive fighter, or do you stick to the game plan? Is it a mixture of both? What is the George Liddard style when you get in there, a fresh opponent, you may not know much about them? Your reactionary style, how does George Liddard look at his opponents?
You know what? It's an interesting one, really, because I feel like, and it sounds as weird as it sounds, I don't feel like I have a particular style. I feel like I can mix it up however I need to get the job done. I would say I'm an explosive fighter, I go out there, I want to get the finish. I want to be exciting, and I go out there to hurt people. I want to. It's a dog-eat-dog world. If you're trying to hurt me, I want to get to you first. But as the rounds go up and the levels go up, I'm sure you see different styles to me. But at the end of the day, I do everything I need to do to win. Everything I need to do on the night.
Something that I want to touch on as well, you've mentioned it there, you're getting opponents out early. The fact is we can get comfortable with something that we've demonstrated quite early in our career. Eddie's mentioned it at the top table. Sometimes if you fall off, you can come up short. Learning lessons from maybe other fighters that make those mistakes are you able to then think, you know what, I'm getting opponents out there now, but I've still got to stay on my game, stay sharp to make sure that doesn't happen in the future?
100%. As I'm stepping up the levels, they're coming to win. They want to win, and they're going to do everything they can to do as well. So I've got to make sure I'm the better man of the night. And I genuinely believe there's no fighters conditioned like we're conditioned. So I know I'm getting them out of there early. But if they were still standing there in the fifth, sixth round, you'll still see that dog coming towards them. I will be there. I will be there, ready to fight and take them in the trenches. So although I'm getting them out there early, massive bonus. You don't get paid overtime, but you'll see me. I can go to that. I can work like that for 6 rounds, even further. I do it in the gym week in, week out. So I'm confident in my fitness, confidence in my conditioning. Yeah, and as I get tougher challenges, you may see me go them rounds, and you'll see. I'm ready. I'm ready.
Your opponent then, what do you think your opponent's going to bring? Because, you are the home favourite. Like you said, you're in the Matchroom gym. You're up there in lights. You're on an Anthony Joshua undercard. All focus is going to be on that person trying to take the win. Preparing for that mentally then. Your opponent.
Well, he's got nothing to lose, really. Nothing to lose. He's coming to cause an upset, and everything to gain. And that makes people dangerous. They're more. They can relax. They can potentially relax more. I'm a relaxed fighter anyway. I know what I got to do. I know my capabilities. But he seems like a game lad. He seems like he's more than up for the task to try and beat me. But listen, many have tried. Even in the amateurs, many have failed. I am a different level to these fighters, and I will prove that come Saturday night. And I'm sure he thinks he's in with a chance. He took the fight for a reason, and he's got a decent record on paper. I'm sure he doesn't want another loss, but sadly, I'm going to have to be the man to give it to him.
It's having that respect for your opponent, appreciating the potential dangers and not overlooking them. But saying that, not overlooking them, but what can we expect to see from you, George, on Saturday?
Listen, I go in there. I went in the last fight looking to get a few rounds. Didn't work out. The guy, he felt my power early, and I can't help. I got power in both hands. I go in there. I want to box how I box, and that is any way I need to do to win. And it just so happens that the more I relax and the less I try and knock them out, the quicker they seem to fall. So same again Saturday night. I'm not going looking in for it. Knockout comes and knockout comes. It doesn't. But I guarantee when I'm on my game, 6 rounds with me is horrible. So good luck to him. Good luck to him. He's going to come try, but yeah, I know what I'm capable of, and it's going to take a very, very good man to give me a tough fight.
I do admire that confidence. I'm going to say going into this week, it was a bit touch and go. I was one of these that thought maybe the card's going to be pulled. Talk to us about being, a young fighter. Like you said, if you don't fight, you don't get paid. What contingencies would you say to somebody that's thinking about turning pro, relying on these paydays all the time, and sometimes things may fall through? What contingencies do you have, George, to cover yourself? Say something did go wrong.
I'm very lucky. I've got some great sponsors behind me. Contract Limited, 360 New Build Developments, and shout out to them all. Shout out to BA Surfacing Limited as well, and Essex Cryo Wellness. Having them behind me is very important. If I don't fight, I don't get paid for my fight. But having these sponsors who pay me monthly, out of the kindness of their heart, obviously I advertise them, do what I can to help them. But it's the kindness of their heart. They don't have to do that. And that helps me. When I found out the fight might not go ahead, some people might stress about the money, but I know my sponsors are there to back me up. So for me, it was just I wanted to fight. I wasn't sure what was happening, but for me, the goal remained the same. I was fighting Saturday night until it said the event was cancelled. I was training, eating exactly how I needed to train and eat. So nothing changed for me, and thankfully everything's worked out, and I get to showcase another good performance come Saturday night.
We look forward to it. It's always a pleasure. All the best. And let's see how many rounds you get in this weekend.
Let's see. Thank you very much.
No, always a pleasure.
Hi, and thank you for watching October Red Boxing. Like, subscribe, and tap the bell for notifications. You can also find us on Instagram at October Red Boxing and on Twitter, October Red UK. And remember, at October Red, we stay ready.